Whether you're new to coding or just new to VS Code, we've got you covered. In this video, we'll explore some must-have settings and extensions to make your coding journey smoother and more efficient. Our focus will be on beginners, especially those working with HTML and CSS. Let's start by personalizing your editor. A great first step is changing the default font to something that's easier on the eyes and boosts your productivity. Follow these simple steps to make the change. Open Settings. You can access the settings by clicking on the gear icon at the bottom left corner and selecting Settings. Alternatively, you can press Ctrl+, on Windows, or Command+, on Mac to open the settings directly. In the search bar at the top of the settings panel, type Font. This will filter the settings to show only those related to fonts. Look for the setting named Editor, Font Family. Add the font family you want to use. For example, I'm using the Cascadia code font. You can also edit the font size. To change the default theme in Visual Studio Code, follow these steps. Click on the gear icon located at the bottom left corner of the window to open the Settings menu. From the menu, select Color Theme under the Themes section. You will see a list of available themes. Scroll through the list to preview each one. Once you find a theme you like, simply click on it to apply. To browse additional color themes from the marketplace, click on the Extensions icon in the activity bar on the side of the window. Now, let's explore 3 of the most popular themes you might want to try. 1. Dark Pro. One of the most downloaded themes, offering a sleek and modern look inspired by the Atom editor's One Dark theme. Dracula Official. A visually pleasing dark theme, excellent for reducing eye strain. It is widely used and supports a broad range of languages and plugins. Atom One Darker theme. The theme I am currently using, providing a stylish and easy on the eyes experience. Next, let's explore some essential extensions that can significantly enhance your coding productivity. The first one is Live Server. This extension enables you to launch a local development server with a live reload feature for both static and dynamic web pages. Let's demonstrate how it works practically. I'll start by creating a simple HTML structure, and adding a heading to its body. When I right-click and open it with Live Server, the web page opens in a browser. The beauty of Live Server is that it updates in real time, so any changes we make are instantly visible without needing to manually refresh the page. For instance, if I add a paragraph below the heading, you can see it immediately displayed. The next extension you might need is Auto Rename Tag. This extension automatically updates paired HTML and XML tags. For instance, in our example, if you rename the H1 tag, the corresponding closing tag will also be renamed automatically. This functionality also applies to other tags, such as this P tag. Another essential extension is Emmet. Originally, it was available as an extension for Visual Studio Code. However, it has since been integrated directly into VS Code, meaning you no longer need to install it separately. Emmet provides powerful shortcuts and abbreviations for HTML and CSS, significantly speeding up the coding process for web developers. It allows you to write complex HTML structures using simple abbreviations. For example, typing div.container. This will create a div element with the class container. Next, type the greater than symbol, which indicates that the next element will be a child of the division. Type UL to add an unordered list inside the division. Again, use the greater than symbol, and then type li multiply by 5. This will generate 5 list items inside the unordered list. Once you've typed the full abbreviation, press the Tab key. Emmet will expand this abbreviation into the corresponding HTML code, giving you a div with a class of container, containing an unordered list with 5 list items. Multiplication is another powerful feature. By adding ×5 after an element, Emmet will generate that element multiple times. This is particularly useful for creating repeated elements, such as list items, table rows, or div blocks. Here is an example of how that works. Start by typing UL. This will create an unordered list element. Next, type the greater than symbol, which indicates that the next element will be a child of the unordered list. Type li.item $, which will create list items with a class name of item followed by a number. Finally, type ×5 to generate 5 such list items. Once you've typed the full abbreviation, press the Tab key. Emmet will expand this abbreviation into the corresponding HTML code, giving you an unordered list with 5 list items, each with a class of item followed by a unique number. Emmet can create groupings, which allows you to create complex structures with ease. For example, type division, which will create a div element. Next, type the greater than symbol, which indicates a child element. Open a parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, type header. This will create a header element. Next, type the greater than symbol, which indicates a child element. Type nav. This will create a nav element inside the header. Again, type the greater than symbol, and then type UL. This will create an unordered list inside the nav. Use the greater than symbol once more, and type li ×3. This will create 3 list items inside the unordered list. The asterisk followed by the number 3 indicates the number of times to repeat the element. Outside the parenthesis, use the plus symbol to add a sibling element. Finally, type footer to create a footer element, as a sibling to the division. Once you've typed the full abbreviation, press the Tab key. Emmet will expand this abbreviation into the corresponding HTML code, giving you a div with a nested header section, containing a nav bar, and an unordered list with 3 items, followed by a footer element. Another essential extension is the HTML to CSS Autocompletion. With this extension, as you write your HTML and define classes or IDs, these will automatically be available as suggestions when you switch to your CSS file. This means that when you're writing your styles, the class and ID names from your HTML will appear in the autocomplete suggestions, helping you to quickly and accurately reference your HTML elements in your CSS. Practically, we will use this simple existing HTML file. The first class I'll target is navList. In the CSS file, notice how, as I start typing nav, the extension suggests existing class names. Another class I'll target is post title. Similarly, I'll target post content, widget title, and widget content. You can see how the autocompletion extension makes it easy to use these suggestions, streamlining the process significantly. Another essential extension for me is the color highlight extension. When you use color values or color names like red, color highlight displays the actual color in the background of the code. This makes it easy to spot and compare colors at a glance, helping you maintain a consistent color scheme and quickly catch mistakes. To demonstrate this, I'll apply colors to the existing class names, showing how the extension works in practice. For the navigation list, I will set a background color to red. The color highlight extension will make the red color appear behind the color name or code. Now, let me add colors to these other classes. As you can see, this extension visually displays the colors in your code, making it easy to see which colors you are using. Lastly, I have been using the VS Code Icons extension for quite some time. It's important to note that this extension is primarily aesthetic rather than functional. It enhances the visual appeal of your workspace by assigning icons to your files and folders. One of the standout features of this extension is that it uses the official logos of programming languages. For instance, the HTML and CSS files display their respective real logos. You can also see unique icons for various file types such as PHP, JavaScript, SCSS, Java, and more. Additionally, when you create a folder, the extension automatically assigns it an appropriate icon. With the extensions I've mentioned, you are well equipped to code efficiently in HTML and CSS. There may be other useful extensions that I haven't covered, so feel free to share your recommendations in the comments. That's all for today's video. If you found this content helpful, please give it a thumbs up. See you on the next one.